It's frightening. It's frightening that there's still no outrage over it, and we're going to continue. My hometown newspaper refused to put the quote in the paper, and which we're going to take some legal action. Is that they don't want to admit what we have been saying all along. This is targeted genocide. It is a universal movement of these globalists that you well teach your audience about. And it's important for us to become informed, that we then become active in social activism. And I believe because there is a God that we can turn this thing around.
Absolutely. Reverend, stay there. We're going to skip this break. It's a network break. We're skipping it so we have more time with the Reverend. This is such an important subject. But I would just say to black folks listening right now, white people, it doesn't matter. You need to go to your NAACP. You need to go to city council. And you need to every week be there and tell them, stop your genocide, stop your eugenics, stop it. Because if we could get black folks as angry as they get when a cop shoots some black youth who's unarmed, I mean, you got 16 million versus a few hundred blacks getting shot a year. How about instead of getting upset when a cop shoves a plunger in somebody, and that's bad, but it's not 16 million babies chopped up. We know those babies are innocent. How about you get as mad about all these babies as you get as some gang person, dying in a shootout? And that's terrible, but the point is we know these babies are innocent. How about you get angry about that?
It's a good point, and it's one that I often say, and I keep it in perspective. I agree with you on one end, but is this not the greater travesty? Look at the innocent, not allowed to be a partaker of the American dream, not allowed their chance for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I said, and you stand and say nothing. This is gross negligence. This is a great injustice we have done to our own, to the children who are looking up to us to protect. We'll be judged by what we do with our most vulnerable. Right now, the judgment would not be good. We need to turn that around.
Well, look at America. We accepted abortion, and then the women get cancer from it. We accept torture and all these wars, and we're being cursed for it. This nation is being cursed by our own actions. We allow evil to grow and grow and grow. And for me, as a white guy, my number one issue is eugenics. But I can't imagine being a black person out there who goes to all these liberal meetings and NAACP and Republican meetings, whatever it is, and that their number one issue isn't your issue because it's the only issue. It goes to the heart of who the controllers are, a bunch of murdering racists. And if they'll set up a system to kill more than half the blacks and a big percentage of all the other groups of humans on this planet, what else are they doing? Well, I've done the research and I know. Every major GMO food they approve sterilizes the rats and gives them cancer in all the studies, mainstream news. The hundreds of chemicals they put in the water under the name fluoride attack the brain, give you cancer, reduce fertility. The vaccines in their own studies do it. The drug insert on the H1N1 said may cause infertility. They know what they're doing. They engineer all of this into what they do. And we have a group of murdering killers in control. And the football, the pageants, all the baloney has to end. The media tells black people, get upset about this issue. And they go along with it. They tell white people, get upset about this issue. We have to stop letting them tell us what to get upset about and get upset about real issues.
Get upset about the real issues, the issues that are going to impact you the most generationally. And unfortunately, we still are afraid to confront our own leadership, especially the African-American community. We will not confront our leadership on how they have betrayed this community, the African-American community, for the sake of filthy lucre. They have benefited from power, lust, from dollars for their own self-aggrandizement, and they have not sought the service of the people. This is the greatest travesty ever in the African-American community. The leadership, the African-American leadership, is pitiful. And but I'm praying for a revolt.
Well, I absolutely agree with you, and we are seen as weeds. We are seen as trash. We're all being experimented on, and they beta tested it in the black community because that was a group that was slaves and controlled, and it's going on all over the world right now, and it's only getting worse. And people some of them don't want to believe this because it's so horrifying, but look at history. Look what other elites have done. Look at how all the kings of Mesoamerica, Asia, Middle East, Europe, they were always culling their slaves when there got to be too many of them. And Prince Philip, Prince Charles' father, talks about how he wants to cull us. And all these big professors talk about, and now they're saying they want to genetically test you. They've been taking babies' blood for 37 years without warrants for a secret DNA database at the Cold Springs Harbor eugenics facility that IBM runs in Cold Springs Harbor, New York. And now they say, we're going to test your blood, and we're going to tell you whether you can have a child or not if statistically we say you have a genetic problem, including being aggressive. So, see, they're also going to mislabel and take full control of our reproductive system. We have to defeat abortion now. And they'll use that line. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Those are the roots of the beginnings of the eugenics. The cycle is happening again. I got ready to read that story. I didn't have a chance to read it, and thank God you're expressing it to me, because if that is the terminology that they use, and those are the reasons, that is the basic root of eugenics. They begin to determine even what we call feeble-mindedness, what we call violent, over-aggressive, slowful, lazy. I mean, these are the things that they feel that they want to control, even the behavior of people.
Look at black men in Tuskegee. Look at our own atomic soldiers. Yes. The government does these tests to also test their own people and create cadres of mad scientists that'll follow these orders.
Well, it's scary, but we can do it. We can turn it around. We can turn it around.
Well, how do people get you to come speak in their area? Or how do people read your website, become leaders like yourself, and stop the mass murder in their town?
Well, the good news is that there's people like myself that are being birthed each day. It seems like I'm getting emails off my website, blackgenocide.org, and if there's an organization or a church, or you want to somehow do something to get me out there, or someone near in our network to get to you, I most certainly will discuss that with you. We're seeing a wave of social activism beginning to finally surface, and I think it's a God thing. But you can reach me, blackgenocide.org. I also have another website, Obamanation.com. I did that website in 2007 in an attempt to let the African-American community to know of the agenda of Barack Obama, and I'm going to repeat 2007. But nevertheless, I went unheard. But the website is there, Obamanation.com. We're going to upgrade it with some new articles. You can get in touch with me off of either one of those websites.
Well, we really appreciate the work you're doing, because the heart of the New World Order is this wish to be God, to control technology, to use it against the people instead of empowering the people. And the UN, all these groups state they want a world government with a fake environmental tyranny to control every facet of our lives. And it's not coming. It's already here. And if everybody wants to see their future, look at African Americans. Look at blacks in Africa. Some countries, 45% of the people have HIV. This is all engineered, and if the government's been caught poisoning and killing blacks before, and then all the evidence shows they're doing it again now, abortion, though it's 16 million dead blacks in America, is the tip of the iceberg. It is covert. If somebody will set up a system to make sure more than half of a race dies, they'll do other things covertly, and we've caught them. And that's what my film, Endgame Blueprint for Global Enslavement, covers. People can get the DVD at Infowars.com. And this issue is coming out because it took from the 1850s to the 1940s for eugenics to go through one big wave of evil and people stand up against it. It then went underground. It's taken us another 60-plus years to wake up to it again. But we're waking up to these devils, and we're going to run them back in their holes with the help of people like the pastor we're talking to today.
God bless you, and I appreciate you for having me.
Well, God bless you, sir. What if people out there don't have internet? Let's say we got some poor East Austin black mothers or Hispanic mothers or white mothers listening right now, but they want to rise up and get politically active. Can you send them a packet of info, or how can they contact you?
Sure. Post Office Box 157, Montclair, New Jersey, 07042. Once again, Reverend Childress, ChildRess, Post Office Box 157, Montclair, New Jersey. We'll also be doing a streaming live program starting in 2 weeks on the internet. You can get that off of the website and
all right,
be able to bring updates every day.
Sir,
to the movement.
Pastor, keep up your amazing work. Godspeed, and we're all praying for you. We'll talk to you again very, very soon.
Thank you for having me, and you do the same, sir. God bless you.
Take care. God bless you. And I don't want to hear, hey, there's too many people, we got to break a few eggs. Like Pat Robertson said, 10 years ago, that China was doing a good job with abortion? Oh, you're against abortion of white people, but you want to kill the Chinese and blacks. Folks, you're going to be killed too. Don't you understand? The New World Order wants everybody.